Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our webinar about Novosco, Hosted Skype for Business. Everyone's more than welcome. Just a quick thing about me. My name is Paul Robinson. I'm a Senior Technical Service Engineer here at Novosco. I specialise in sort of all things unified communications, Office 365, Exchange, SIP, so really most things around messaging. But my primary role here is to look after and manage our hosted Skype for Business platform, which we're going to talk about today. So first of all, I suppose we need to start off with talking about what is Skype for Business. So it's basically a unified communications platform from Microsoft. And unified communications is really a term that is used to describe a suite of services that would include instant messaging, presence, voice over IP, PSTN breakout, audio video web conferencing, desktop sharing, interactive whiteboards, file sharing. So it's really a platform for people to sort of communicate and collaborate. It's had quite a long history, starting back roughly 2003 with Live Communication Server, then on to Office Communication Server, then Link, 2010, 2013, Skype for Business, around 2015. It's pretty much had more names than prints over the years, I guess, but it's pretty mature product now. It's a market leader with good reason. They have been occupying the leaders quadrant for a number of years now in the Gartner's Magic Quadrant for unified communication products. So what is Novosco Hosted Skype for Business? What do we do about it? Novosco has a wide range of services. We do infrastructure as a service, backup as a service, disaster recovery as a service, WAN as a service, full IT managed services. So as we started to use Skype for Business, we decided to provide this as a service also. Like any as a service solution, you just consume it. Novosco runs the servers, the software, the SIP trunks, the session border controllers, phone provisioning, number porting. We run the whole backend service for you. You just need to sign into a client or a phone, start making calls, and start taking advantage of all the benefits that come with them. We ourselves at Novosco rely on the Hosted Skype for Business platform to function. All of our inbound and outbound telephony goes through the platform. We are the customer number one. We don't have any privileged access into the service. We consume it in the exact same way that our customers do. We drink our own Kool-Aid essentially. This helps us prove the system's working, proves reliability. So if there's an issue, we know first and foremost. So we were the original guinea pigs. Novosco, as a business, we transitioned into Skype for Business rather easily. Our network guys weren't convinced. They kept saying, don't put voice in the network. So much so, they put a WAN emulator on the network, ramped up jitter, latency, and calls still stood up. Although they've still yet admit that to me though, but I know all about that. We had our first customers go live in about 2015. That involved migrating half a dozen sites from ISDN over to SIP, and those offices spanned the UK and the Republic of Ireland. They were moving away from old legacy unsupported PBXs. We understood from using the service ourselves that every situation and every customer is different. One size doesn't fit all, and each installation presents new and entertaining challenges, such as receptionists. We learned pretty fast, if you keep the receptionists happy, everybody's happy. Since then, that customer acquired 2 other companies, and they swung onto the platform in no time at all. We all love wee network diagrams. The point that this is really just trying to illustrate is that it's software as a service. Doesn't matter who you are or where you are, you just consume it. If you're in an office, if you're out in the road, if you're working from home, doesn't matter. The service isn't restricted to your offices. So I mean, we all know how SaaS services work these days, and it's really our job to ensure that it does what you need to do. The service that we provide now as Novosco Hosted Skype for Business, we sort of run that out of 2 leading geographically dispersed Tier 3 data centers. These data centers sit on our own 10 gig backbones, redundant core routers, redundant firewalls, direct links into carriers. The point there is that we also run direct interconnects into our SIP providers. So our main SIP carrier, our main UK SIP carrier will be Gamma, and they also live in the same data centers. So we run dark fiber straight from our switches to their switches. So the benefit is that we get sub-millisecond latency between our kit. This means that if you're on Novosco Managed WAN, your SIP traffic never touches public internet. It's all on net. Even if you're not on net, all voice traffic is encrypted between the user and the carrier. Each customer gets their own dedicated active standby SIP trunk over these interconnects. No other SIP calls will touch your trunk. No other customer can have any impact on your service. Your SIP trunks are dedicated, guaranteed bandwidth. If you're on Novosco Manage WAN, though, there's an additional benefit, is in that your voice traffic bypasses your internet pipe as well. So what that means is that basically the traffic that's coming into the Skype for Business platform isn't included in your internet bound traffic. So I was saying there that the Manage WAN customers' Skype for Business traffic bypasses their internet pipe. So as with any SaaS service, if you start to contend your internet pipe, then other services that also use that have to fight for that bandwidth and can be affected. So what we sort of copped on pretty early was that we own the network, we own the MPLS, we control the routing. So we were able to divert that traffic away from internet-bound traffic and keep it all sort of on net. So what we have seen since doing that there for customers is that if they are downloading the likes of Windows updates and completely consuming their internet pipe, then their voice traffic doesn't get impacted at all. Some of the components, sort of the Hosted Skype for Business, we operate that purely in an OpEx model. So you pay per user per month, depending on what features that user needs, be it just IAM presence, up to full enterprise voice with full call recording analytics. That will determine the price. Also, the pricing can be influenced by any Microsoft agreements you have in place, or if you're in Microsoft, or if you're in Office 365, so you're already paying for some of the licensing, so the costs come down on our side on that. So we can build a tenant and provision you a dedicated SIP trunk, have you making calls via desk phone or Skype client in no time at all. Taking that a few steps further, we do all the hand holding to get you up and running. We build all the users for you. We build all your inbound call flows, deal with all your number porting from your current ISDN lines, test everything before you go live. We offer that real personal service to get you off the ground. We will sync all your current users from your Active Directory as well to give you that single sign-on experience. We can do zero-touch provisioning on your phones. You take a phone out of the box, plug it in, it'll download a pre-baked configuration file, latest firmware, throw a wee company logo onto the screen. And that's all pulled down from our hosted provisioning servers. Within a couple of minutes, I'll plug in the phone in, it's ready to go. Plug it in, walk away, come back, good to go. We have other bolt-ons that provide enhanced functionality to the base Skype for Business product. Full call recording for your training and quality purposes, full advanced analytics capabilities, full contact center features for those larger call center type requirements. And I'll show you some slides and that stuff in a minute. Let's talk briefly about SIP, first of all, though, and its benefits over sort of ISDN. As we all know, with traditional business telephony lines, they come hardwired into your premises. If you only need 2 ISDN lines, you get a simple ISDN2. If you need 8 lines, you get 4 ISDN2 lines. You want to add more, phone BT, they'll come out, install them, simple as that. But they're expensive, tied to a single site, not resilient. Phone numbers are tied to your region. Can't have a line in Manchester with a London number. Somebody crashes into the nearby telegraph pole, that's you offline. Porting those numbers over to SIP can remove sort of all those limitations. We would run active standby SIP trunks for all of our customers. So you get a trunk coming into our main data center and a trunk coming into our secondary data center. If any issues are detected there at all, everything just fails over seamlessly to the other side. Because the numbers are not tied to a physical site, you can consolidate all those numbers into one place. Have your main office take inbound calls for all your regional offices. You want to have an Aberdeen number and answer that in your Dublin office, no issue. We can even accommodate provisioning across international borders and dialing codes. We can give you full European, America, straight numbers, all that. We can route those calls to any office, find an available person to answer the call. We have a customer with 15 sites and they wanted every office to be a failover for every other office. So Office A can answer the calls for Office B, so on and so forth. They sort of work off that no calls go unanswered. We also offer bundled minutes on those trunks as well. So every channel you take on your SIP trunk gets you 5,000 landline minutes. So that's just your 01, 02, 03 numbers, and 2,000 minutes to mobile. So simple mathematics, you take 10 channels, It's 50,000 landlines, 20,000 mobiles per month. That's pulled across all channels, all sites. For each additional channel you add off that, you just add those additional bundle minutes in there. Important point there though as well is that internal calls don't count to those minutes, obviously, but calls between sites don't also consume those bundled minutes. Calls between sites on home workers or mobile worker, they're all treated as an internal call. They don't come out of those bundles at all. They also don't clog up an external line. So if you take 10 channels and you've got 10 internal calls going, you still have those 10 external lines available for inbound and outbound calls. Just to give you a sort of a rough example of what that looks like, sort of a customer who come on recently. They are a sort of building supplies company. They showed me a bill for one of their sites. So one site out of their 6 sites. The standing charges for the ISDN lines and DDI rental was over £1,200 a month, and about £600 of call charges on top of that. So that was only one site. Once we moved them into SIP, they took 15 channels across all their 6 sites and reduced their standing charges to £300 per month. It was across all sites, and they've still yet to breach their 75,000 minutes landline and 30,000 mobiles. So we offer a self-service portal as well, so you can go in, set up your users, move them between licenses, disable them for Skype, enable them for Skype. You manage your hunt groups, your IVRs, add your audio files for your holidays and closing times, manage all your phone numbers, reassign them between different people. So just a couple of quick screenshots there to show that. A couple of screenshots there just of the advanced analytics packages that we run. It's provided by it's called UC Analytics, and it's been designed specifically from the ground up for Skype for Business. It just offers you sort of full visibility across your unified communications platform, see your user adoption, your consumption, busy times. You can get dashboards to show logged in users, calls waiting in queues, and type of thing. Full customized reporting, email reporting at the end of each month to show you your consumption. And Verba is what we use for our call recording. It is pretty much it's an industry-leading call recording platform. Integrates very tightly with Skype for Business. Gives you full access to all your recordings for legal disputes, training, monitoring, compliance, and you get 1 year's free storage included with that for all those recordings. Quick overview there on the different types of handsets there. People still like phones on desks. More than welcome to use any sort of Skype for Business certified phone, but we would sort of highly recommend the Polycom VVX range. We've been using them from pretty much day one. Know them inside out. Offer a big range there from simple wee one-line monocolor screens up to full touchscreen video integration in those. For your receptionists, you can have the attendant console attached to the side of them. Gives you guts of 100, up to 100 quick dials. Perfect for receptionists. Big range of headsets there as well you can use. Big fan of the Jobbers here personally, but plenty of other ones from Sennheiser and Plantronics. Just a quick slide showing some of the other sort of video conferencing and room systems. Surface Hubs, Polycom Group Series, Trio, Spider phones. Just a quick discussion about a recent customer as well, accountancy firm. They were spread across 2 different regions, Northern Ireland and the Republic of Ireland. So before they came over, they had sort of 6 offices mixed between ISDN lines and just standard analog telephone system lines. They had 0 business continuity. If they had a power cut in an office, that office no longer received calls. They had separate billing and maintenance contracts across all of those different sites, separate suppliers for the phone systems, for the lines. After they moved over to us, fully migrated into SIP, they had multi-site rationalization. So all of their numbers come into one platform. We could then route those numbers between sites. If one site was closed for a day or couldn't get in because of the snow like last week, then those calls were automatically failing over to a different office. The customer didn't know a difference. Obviously went into a single supplier, full business continuity as I just explained. Just quickly showing you there the different sort of options across the different UC packages. We call them UC 1 to 5. UC 1 is your basic package, IM, presence, internal calling. Build that up into UC 2, gives you PSTN breakout. UC 3 gives you additional conferencing facilities as well within that, but we can mix and match those packages between your users. Again, just a quick example there of what the call bundles look like. And as well, we can restrict the different calls that the users can make as well. If you need to, you can control it all from the portal. You can select if they only make domestic calls, if they need to make international calls, premium numbers, that can all be completely customized. So hopefully that has covered a good bit of what you're looking to see. Happy to arrange a more personal one-to-one demo of all the different features. Come to us, we come to you. We have all the kit here as well. Show you all the different web conferencing, the different phone types, different headsets. Show you all the different recording, analytics, web conferencing, anything you need to know. Happy to be contacted. Like I said, drop me an email. Hit me up on Skype for Business, and hit me up on LinkedIn as well. I'm on LinkedIn. Happy to, like I say, happy to take through any demos. My email address is paul.robinson@novosco.com. You will also find me on Skype under the same address. Thank you everybody for joining. I hope that was informative, and look forward to talking to you in the future.